strong.
Hi, good morning, everybody. This is Funny Minds. I'm your host, Lynn B., and I have my silly, crazy co-host with me.
Edward Biss, co-pilot.
Yes,
Today we
definitely.
are pumped, excited finally to get you guys on. Today we are meeting with our guests. Please welcome to our show. We have actor, director, producer, writer, and musician, Mr. Chuck Morrongiello with his beautiful wife, Koralina, who is also an actress, producer, editor, and we want to welcome you to the show. You guys are an incredible duo. You got a lot going on, a lot to talk about. And first things first, let me ask you this. I was looking up all your information. Are you originally from up north?
I'm from Long Island, New York.
Long Island. That's what I thought.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I heard the name Morrongiello, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's not a Tampa name.
No, that's not a Tampa name. You guys are in Tampa, right? You're in Tampa.
I'm in Tampa. She's in Jersey.
I'm in Jersey. Yeah,
cool.
I'm a Jersey girl. Yeah. Yep.
Jersey girl.
Born and bred, never left.
In Jersey.
Very
and
cool.
I got the hell out of there. I got way out of there.
Yeah, you're in our neck of the woods.
Hell yes. Thank God. I love every day of it, man. But thanks for coming on. I mean, you guys are a very unique team. You have a lot going on, a lot to talk about. Like I mentioned, we have, thankfully, fortunately, some friends in common that through them, I was able to be turned on to you, the two of you, and what you have going on. I've seen some of the films that you put together, a lot of your work. Go ahead and give us off of how this all came to be.
Well, we started probably, I don't know, it's going on maybe almost 10 years now. Me and Koralina met. We met online. My wife is from Poland.
Yeah. I only know one thing. I know one thing in Polish. Idź do domu spać. That's the only thing I know.
I'm part Polish, and all I know is pierogies.
Go to sleep.
Right?
Yeah, go home and go to sleep.
I know bougie.
That's
bougie.
Right.
Diamond bougie.
Give me a kiss.
Give me a kiss.
That's cute.
Thank you.
But so we met online, and in Long Island, there's a famous road where I grew up called Mount Misery Road. And Mount Misery Road is considered one of the most hauntedest roads in the world. Everybody knows about it. You've got 8 million people on Long Island, and ever since I was a kid, everybody would go there and get spooked in Mount Misery Road. The settlers that bought the property from the Indians said that that place is cursed. Stay away from there. Not a good area. It's right around the corner from Amityville.
Wow.
Right around the corner. And, there's a lot of Indian mountains and different things. So I knew this story was on a kid, so I told Koralina I want to take her there. And it was like maybe 10-degree weather. And I took her there in the wintertime to show her this spooky road because she's into horror and thrillers like I am. And we started walking around there, and I had my cell phone with me. And I started filming my wife. And I said, hey, do some acting for me here. Do some stuff here. And I says, talk about Mary, the crazy patient that burned down the asylum in the woods here, which is a true story. And she started acting. And she has a background in editing. So we went back to the hotel that night, and she put together this little skit, with some of these scenes that we did. I said, let's go back there again tomorrow and do some more filming. So we went back there again, and we put, another 10 scenes, and we started reviewing, more details about Mount Misery Road and what really happened there. And within a short period of time, we had a whole movie. She edited the film, and I shot it on a cell phone.
It's called Amityville Mount Misery Road.
Yeah.
Amityville Mount Misery Road. You shot the whole thing on a cell phone. That's amazing.
On an iPhone?
7
at that time.
And we put it together, and we liked it, and we considered, it's almost like Blair Witch. We
got a distribution, long story short, and we got into Walmart, and we sold out in Walmarts all over America. We got viral online, and that's how our journey began. And
awesome.
we became filmmakers, and we are going on for 10 years now. We have around 7 feature films. We are having 3-4 films in post-production. My team is working on them. And and we are shooting another one. So
do you star in all the films?
We like to star in our films, just like Rob Zombie and Moon Zombie. We're both actors.
Okay.
We're both in the entertainment business.
We made this feature film. It's called The American Ripper, where both of us, we starred in that film. He was playing Bobby, and I was playing Lola. We playing married couple that moved into the new house that it's a little bit haunted, and the house has a history of murders happening in the house. So Bob is going crazy and becoming Henry and torturing his wife. So that's the movie.
I play a psychopath in the film, like a Jack Nicholson, The Shining.
Like a slow steady change in your personality.
Psychological, thriller.
You can watch that. It's a worldwide release, and Koralina actually won Best Actress on it. And we won Best Featured Film in Tampa Bay.
Congratulations!
Thank you.
That's awesome.
And we won Best
So
Featured Film in Orlando.
Do you do films that are based on a lot of so-called truth or, truth and lendings, so to speak?
Yes and no. Yes and no.
I kind of write the screenplays. I'm kind of into thriller horror. I'm into all my famous directors, that we get coached by, my mentors that I've studied.
There's always something that inspires Chuck. Like you said, either it's a true story or a legend or something happened in his personal life. So there's something to tell as a story. So we did 2 creature feature films. One is completely fictional and one is based on a legend. So you can tell.
We have a film coming out probably for Halloween, which is called Bugs the Bunny Killer.
Yeah.
So, which is a big deal for us. We work with ITM Films, which is the one that did Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, and Bambi, and also Pinocchio and Popeye, and they're considered one of the largest horror thriller distribution companies in the world. And they're we're good friends with them, and they're excited about this film, Bugs the Bunny Killer. And then we filmed another big film up in Harpers Ferry in the Military National Park called The Snarly Owl, which is the second cryptic creature to Mothman.
Right.
And we filmed it right in the streets of Harpers Ferry there. And it's a cryptic creature that's terrorizing the community. And we had a blast filming it in March of last year. And then we filmed another film in Tampa, as you guys know.
Killer Grannies.
Killer Grannies.
Killer Grannies.
Yeah.
That's like really, I'm a granny myself, but I don't know.
You're a killer granny. Don't worry about it. You could have easily been cast in that. But
this movie is... it's factual, it's inspired by true events that got me to write the story. And we had hundreds and hundreds of actors coming to do the movie. And we filmed that. And that's, again, in post-production. And then we have another movie we filmed in Poland about a witch.
Speaking about Killer Grannies, it was one of the largest productions we conducted last year. And it was awesome. We had really, like Chuck said, hundreds of extras and crew and everybody helping in Tampa. That was really
I know. I was supposed to be one of them. That's how I got turned on. I spoke with Lisa, a good friend of you guys.
Lisa Minnelli?
Okay.
Yeah.
Lisa's our
I've known her for a long time. And she's like, hey, if you've done some acting, you've done this, why don't you just go to be an extra? I was like, yeah, why not? She sent me all the information. And the day that you guys shot it, I had some type of show coming up that I had to go travel for. So I wasn't able to do it. And then I see it all go down. I see all the stuff that you guys posted. I see, the court scenes and everything else. And I was like,
and you were in it, Ed.
But the exciting part was, obviously the production was huge and very well done. Mm-hmm. But when you hear the name of the movie, you would never think that it's actually a true story. It is based on
it's based on it's inspired by the true story, which is not really, it doesn't contain any facts, to be honest, but it's inspired by the true story. Something like actually happened also in different countries. So Chuck wanted to take it into his screenplay and wrote a movie about it. And it's about 2 grannies that they take homeless people under their wing and clean them up and then kill them for insurance, right?
Pretty straightforward.
Yeah, right. We need some extra money. Let's go find somebody down at Tent City or something.
Not a bad situation. No, I guess.
But
quick money.
It just felt good, and that movie is really good. And actually, the movie that she's editing right now, the Snarly, is a good production. It's we shot it in the Appalachian Mountains and deep in the forests, and it's a very spooky, scary film.
Snarly, like I said, we have 2 creature feature films under our belt. So one is Bugs the Bunny Killer, which is coming out this Halloween. and I will show you a little poster.
Yes.
That's,
look at that.
That is very, very awesome.
That's
Man, that
great.
is,
So
That's really
if there's ever a way to
great.
make a bunny look pretty damn spooky,
Yeah,
you hit the nail on the head with that one.
it's gonna be awesome. It's really entertaining, and I'm playing also a lead in that film.
Carolina's acting was superb.
I'm playing
Yeah.
lead in the film. So I'm fighting with Bunny the whole movie, and it's really cool. But we have another creature feature, like Chuck said, Snarly is in post-production, and that one is based on the legend. And that one is based on the legend in West Virginia. And we shot in Harpers Ferry. We shot it last year as well, just like Killer Granny. So we shot 2 movies last year. And it's pretty amazing. It's about a dog creature. It's about
it's a very scary legend, and I fell in love with the legend, and because I knew West Virginia has some great cryptic creatures like the Mothman and
the Mothman, yes.
Mm-hmm. We actually put Mothman has actually been seen in the Mount Misery area too. So we did a little bit of history of a Mothman in that movie, Amityville Mount Misery Road as well. So we had a good time making that film, and we filmed that in 8-degree weather. We had actors coming from all over the United States for that film.
Wow.
And we shot, 80, 90 scenes in 10 days. So we worked our butts off on that one.
That's a hell of a schedule, man. I mean, you guys are busy enough as it is, but on a set shoot like that's bang the bong, man, in that weather.
Wow.
Yeah. We did it. We did Killer Grannies, and now complete opposite of 100-degree weather,
Yeah.
We shot that film. We shot that film in 10 days, and we had like 80 scenes in that movie.
So we were literally passing out in one of the Tampa streets. We had thing, we invited like 100, maybe 100 plus extras, actors that were playing bums and homeless people. And we put them on the streets. We put all the set design and decorations.
We had makeup artists getting them all prepped.
Unfortunately, that day was really hot. So everybody were like, really sweating and
We worked with the Tampa Bay Film Commission on that. We worked on the West Virginia Film Commission with both of those films. And Tampa, when we got involved with them, they were we had to get permits for the streets and different things. Right. And then I guess there was some people in the houses in the apartment, people there thinking there was an invasion of bombs. They literally the women ran out in the street because we're being invaded by bums. There's
oh my God, San Francisco came here.
Yeah, right?
No.
I was just thinking the same thing.
We were there at 5 a.m. in the morning with 4 makeup artists getting these guys all prepped with beards and stuff.
That's right. 4 makeup artists we were. But there was a lady, she was really concerned, and she was passing by one of their lead actors, and she offered him Narcan and
Narco and medicine because she thought that they had AIDS and shit.
Oh man!
So it was out of control. It was really out of control.
I'll tell you what. I guess the film business is no different than the music business because no matter where you go and where you perform or what you do, you never know what you're going to deal with on that given day.
Yeah, it's very similar. Very similar. Entertainment business, playing lead guitars, the same thing as acting, basically. And editing tracks, with music is the same thing. And she's editing, actors.
Similar.
I'll tell you what. When I have to get dressed up as Mick Mars or Brian May or all these guys, and so I have sympathy for makeup because you step on that stage and it's 8,000 degrees, and whatever you just did backstage is gone.
Yeah, and you sweat it off. You sweat it off.
But I mean, you guys literally have such a full boat. How long of a process is it from start to finish? Does it typically take?
So usually we take, like a lot.
I'm going to say, excuse me for 1 minute. Can I just? Yeah. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You're in New York. You're going to bounce around New York at different locations?
Right now, we're actually in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, believe it or not.
What?
So,
okay.
We're right on the battlefield, right around the corner from us. So we're working on another idea about filming something here in Gettysburg in Adams County. But we've been working hard here on Extortion Thugs,
which is coming up this November, December. We're going to be shooting in New York. Like I said, it's going to be a little bit longer, like close to a month of shoot. And then post-production takes, if you answer a question, takes, like around a year.
This one is going to be, we've been casting since March. So, we have 88 characters in this film, and it's got 114 scenes. So it's a little bit bigger than Killer Grannies, a little bit, maybe another
I would
third
say.
bigger.
And what is the premise of this?
I'm sorry.
I was going to say, what is the premise of this movie that you should?
This is from me growing up in Long Island, and with all my famous directors that I fell in love with, like Francis Ford Coppola and Stanley Kubrick, and it's a Godfather movie. It's a mafia film. So it's a modern day mob movie, not a gaudy movie, but more of a modern day thug movie with extortion and racketeering, and it's got a lot of elements and layers to it with the FBI, and so we're.
Oh, that's interesting. Because I was going to ask you, are you going to do things are you going to move away from the horror and stuff like that, and do some other type of movies? So
we do incorporate our thriller, horror, disturbing stuff in this film, and we did it in Killer Grannies. We do like thriller, and we do like horror, and we do like creatures. But we've made 3 creature movies. We talked about The Witch a little bit, but Koralina plays this amazing part of a witch. But I'm not going to get into too much of that because we don't want to spoil that.
She's like, "What'd you call me?"
But her acting is, again, stellar in there. So we have we kind of more now into the dramatic kind of thriller suspense, but again with a touch of a flair of horror. Disturbing horror.
Which is entertaining.
We like to add that in there because the audience loves it. If I'm sitting in the audience,
absolutely.
Like, wow, look at that villain, man. He's Lurch, or he's the guy in 007 with the weird teeth. But, we like villains. We like people that stand out. So we're excited about Extortion Thugs that we're going to be making in Long Island, New York.
Mm-hmm. He's working with.
So I was going to say, if you went to Bay Ridge, you won't even have to get extras. You could just go right down 18th Avenue.
I was born in Bay Ridge.
I lived in Bay Ridge. I know, believe me. That place is like trapped in time.
So we got, we literally got everybody opening arms from us, from Italian delis, the bakeries, the diners. We've got the embassy diners.
You're making me hungry. Stop it, Chuck.
Yeah.
I know.
Like real pizza.
They got all pizzerias. We got, funeral homes.
Deli owners.
They all want to be part of this film because we need locations to shoot.
Right.
Sure.
So I'm working closely with those business owners, and they're really, really nice and welcoming, and we really appreciate it. And it's in Long Island, so that's
we're going to be shooting in Nassau County and Suffolk County. Bethpage, all my friends and school members. My old stomping.
All your old haunts. That's what you're going back to.
All my. From when I used to play in the heyday back in the 70s and played with Marty and stuff in Manhattan. So we know a lot of people up there, and we've been very grateful to these people that are helping us make this film.
Absolutely.
Is that there will be some people from Soprano or something?
Yeah, we got people there. We're going through casting right now. We got people from The Sopranos interested, and people from other films that are interested in playing, famous actors and stuff that we can't really indulge in too much. So
sure.
We're excited about it.
Wow.
How big of a team do you guys have?
It depends on the film. Like last time on Killer Grannies, our core team was 10 people. No, like 15 people. With
no, it was more than that.
John.
That's our core, but that's without the film crew.
But then you
about
have
25 people on the film crew.
25 to 35 people on the film crew. Usually that's what we are shooting with, plus extra production.
We have a lot of production assistants. We usually like to get involved with like Full Sail College, or we get involved with
that makes sense.
We like to bring a lot of these film students and learn from the professionals and learn from us.
And they're great. They're great.
And they're dedicated, and they want to get involved helping and learning the trade, just like we learned,
absolutely. I mean, that makes sense.
Parties.
Total sense.
And we feel good after that. There have been some write-ups about us working with Full Sail College, and now we're working with Hofstra University. I guess some students that graduated from Columbia and NYU that are film students. And we have so many of these production assistants. We have to turn a lot of them away because there's hundreds of them. So,
I'm sure. Yes, I'm
so
sure.
you can't have 100 people on the set.
Right.
It's too many people. So this production in Long Island, it's going to be probably, I would think, at least 15 to 25 people on the set every day. That's behind that.
Okay.
That's on a normal day. But then we are going to have a major scenes that we need more help. So welcoming everybody who wants to come and help us on the movie set on Long Island, New York.
Yeah, anybody up in that neck of the woods.
There you go. Yeah.
You guys are welcome to come in. If you want to be background players, we can always put you in the bar scene or, the prostitution scenes,
Welcome.
Put you in the funeral scene. We're shooting at a famous Long Island nightclub.
That's going to be the next movie is Hooker Grannies.
Don't give any ideas.
I know, right? Chuck's like, wait a minute, that's not bad.
That's not bad, right?
So, where do you get your funding? Like, do you deal with the same people for the funding for all your films? Because I know a lot of people, talk about it in Hollywood about how hard it is to get funding.
Well, you're talking to the executive producers.
You're talking
to both of us. So
we are funding our
we're funding our own films.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, we're doing our own funding and producing, and we try to do everything. Me and Koralina have the background as far as music. We have also, actors. We do cinematography. We do set designing. Our film, The American Ripper, when we shot it during 2021, there was nobody working at that time due to COVID. We did everything. The cinematography, we filmed everything. We did all the camera work. We did all.
Like 2 people movie.
It's a 2-people movie. It looks like we have
10 awards.
We won like 10 awards with it. So
right. We don't need anybody else. Why? If it's not broken, don't fix it.
We worked on it for 6 months, and we probably thought we were the only crazy people in Tampa when we wake up in the morning and I look at my wife and she's all full of blood.
I'm going in the middle of on the boat.
So it was a Halloween that was going on for over 6 months,
Yeah.
So I would check out The American Ripper. It's a really good film that we can show the poster. I don't know if you want to see the poster. I'm sure you see it.
Definitely. Do the Killer Rabbit.
I saw it on the website.
Bugs the Bunny Killer. Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
Bugs Killer is in LA right now, and it's hopefully going to be coming out for Halloween. But
it will be coming out for Halloween. That's for sure. Okay, so this is The American Ripper. It's on Tubi TV.
Yeah.
Amazon Prime, but on Tubi,
Amazon
free.
Prime, yep.
And, there's a lot of free apps that you can watch that movie.
I will submit to you that's very disturbing. So,
that's
a lot of people had said, man, what was this couple thinking when they made this film? So
are you like a Alfred Hitchcock type of person in your mind and stuff? Yeah.
I do love Alfred Hitchcock.
How could you not?
That. And I do like The Twilight Zone, and I like, I like anything that has to do with stuff that's from the 60s and 50s.
Uh-huh.
Do you remember? I know you remember this. Chiller Theater?
That sounds familiar.
I do. I remember Chiller Theater.
Chiller Theater. And the hand used to come out of the ground.
Chiller, yeah, I think
it had like 6 fingers.
Yeah.
Was it Chiller Theater?
Oh.
Yes.
The Grave. Yeah, I do remember that.
What is that?
It's I guess it was a show on TV, I guess.
It was a show on TV back in like the 70s.
70s.
Started, and it was like the first creepy horror stuff that they would. I know, because we're old.
I'll be older than
I wasn't even born yet.
Uh-huh.
But it was the first, taste as a child of spooky, crazy, horror-filled stuff that probably you weren't supposed to watch, but I did it anyway. Yeah. And, but when I see my favorite movie of all time is Jaws 1.
Great.
But then the first time I seen Halloween 1, first time I seen Friday the 13th, that was it. Always the first parts. That I
remember when Joyce hit Long Island in 1975, and I watched it. It just came out, and as soon as it came out, nobody ever wanted to go into the water in Jones.
I know, you're right. You're right.
They didn't want to go into the water.
A lot of people don't want to.
I remember back in the 60s seeing Tales of the Crypt, Mark of the Devil.
Yes.
They were giving out vomit bags at the movie theaters.
Wow.
So, but those were some great times back in the 60s. I'm telling my age here, but
you and me both.
But Feel 45. There's been some great films, and we're inspired. We just
guys like Rob Zombie as far as movie making.
We do like Rob Zombie.
What have you felt about his stuff?
We do like
Jeepers Creepers.
That was a good one.
We do like that stuff. Rob Zombie and Moon Zombie. We seen what was it? Devil's I can't think of the name of the film, but Devil's Reject or something.
Oh, Reject.
Devil's Reject. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was cool.
His first film I liked. The first film that they did.
The Halloween one he did. The remake of the Halloween movie was actually pretty good. It's pretty.
I do like John Carpenter though, because he's a musician.
Yes.
You know, Escape from L.A., Escape from New York. You know, some of those films I really liked as well. Halloween. I remember when Halloween first came out. I thought that was a great. You know, I was in my teens when that first came out. And New York was living in New York. You know, it hit home. You know, everybody would see these movies and everybody, we're going to go see them in the theater. You know, but The Godfather was the earlier one. That was 1973. I think it was 72, 73 when it came out. We do like. You know, all the famous actors, you know, Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, all these Italian, you know, guys, and Joe Pesci.
Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, Joe Pesci's the best.
How could you not? I like Sylvester Stallone. I'll be honest with you. I was always a big fan of Rocky, but he's such a brilliant guy. He's done a lot of good stuff. Not all of his movies are great, but I like him personally. I think
Sly Stallone's got a great look. I mean, look what he did with his, you know, Rocky. I mean, he was living on the streets and selling his dog. You know, great story behind that. Yeah, on Netflix.
How about a musical horror film?
Well, we do put our own music in our films. It's all original material.
But a real musical horror film, like a total, like, you know.
Like Killer Cats?
Killer Conductor.
Right.
Killer Conductor.
What about this, Chuck? What about animation?
We do some animation. We're kind of like to make it kind of, a lot of stuff is going green screens and a lot of this stuff that you see these days, but we do some of it. We like to stay true to the art sometimes, you know?
Okay.
So hopefully in the future, maybe we'll be going more towards that, I guess.
Well, yeah. Implement some AI stuff, but you know, so right now it's we are doing this mafia film, and that's going to be like down to earth.
That's your total focus for right now, obviously.
Yeah,
you guys that's
Extortion Thugs is more of a dramatic kind of thriller, you know.
Yeah,
and it's got some elements and layers to it where there's 3 different stories going on involved in it. Mm-hmm. Don't want to say too much, but that's going to be a big production. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I mean, literally every day, our casting director and myself and Koralina, we get. I mean, within 1 week, there's 1,000 emails a week coming in, or more.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You know,
I'm sure.
People from all over the world want to be in this film.
But we have an amazing assistant. Her name is Morgan, and she's replying to all the emails. So
Morgan is on top of her game.
Without her,
she's working 15 hours a day.
It's tough. You could spend your life online.
I would bet, man. That's just pure numbers. I mean, that's just a lot.
I mean, we are blown away that we get people that are from London, from Ireland, from Australia, and they send us this stuff, and we think they're from Long Island, New York. And then when we ask where they're from, they're like, you know, across the seas, you know?
Yeah.
So, you know, mafia films are a big deal. You know, it's a big deal.
Yeah, they are. They are.
Anything with crime or edge of your seat crime drama, you know, is people like that stuff. I like it, you know.
It's massive worldwide.
When do you start production?
This one right now, it's a little bit early, so we're planning on shooting on November 1st and shooting 27 days into before Christmas. Taking a break before Thanksgiving. We do like that moodiness. We do, like, we shot Killer Grannies in the summer, you know, kind of August, which has palm trees. But we do like that cinematic where it's kind of, you know, not greenery, dull, you know, moody grays, you know.
Yeah.
It gives
goes
it more,
with the format.
Yeah.
I was going to say, when you talked about Halloween, that was Halloween 1, the way that was shot really kind of set that mood. It was very dreary, the leaves blowing, not a lot of people walking around. The lighting was everything was very dark. You know, it just kind of set the stage really well.
Yeah.
Same thing as when I saw the original Amityville Horror with James Brolin. I think it was 1975. As soon as the film came out, I went, you know, I'm right around the corner. I grew up from where it happened. We went and saw it in the movie theaters, and right after it was over, I parked myself right in front of the house, you know, so where it happened.
And it was binoculars.
No, I was like 15 years of age. I was like scaring the crap out of me. You know, this is where it happened. You know?
Would anybody ring their doorbell on Halloween?
I'm sure they've had a lot of. I think they even had to change the name of the street because of some things that happened there. But I used to play in the club where Ronnie DeFeo actually went in and had his drinks before he murdered his family. So it was right before he went home and shot his family.
Amazing, yeah.
So I mean, New York's got some amazing places. There's a lot of hauntings and it's got a lot of great history.
And even upstate.
Upstate too.
We shot Bugs the Bunny Killer in the Poconos. So we shot it at a historical
perfect location for that.
We worked with we shot it in Lake Ariel.
Lake Ariel.
Oh my God.
My grandparents lived.
Grandparents are there.
They probably heard about our production.
We put that
Probably.
on the map.
Yeah.
That town was a little sleepy town and everybody knows. Everybody knew about it.
I'm sure if you asked about the production happening in 2023, Bunny Killer, they're going to know about something taking place.
There's not a lot going on up there. So if you're going to move everybody in there and start shooting up there, they're going to know about it.
We shot it at Lackawack Lounge. Sanctuary. It's an old, we wanted to have that kind of, inspired, I wouldn't say too much, but by that movie Hush.
It
had that lodge feel to it. And I found this lodge that was just perfect to shoot this film. And we had this monster rabbit just killing everybody in the community. So
the whole movie is set in a tone of spooky abandoned lodge in the woods, and Sarah, the main lead, actress
played by Koralina.
She's going there. She lost her husband and she's going there as a retreat, just for vacation. And she's mourning after losing her husband. She's a painter too. And then things start happening and Bugs the Bunny Killer is going to be appearing here and there. And it just, if you ever watch the movie Hush, it's very it's kind of that mood,
Yeah.
I have to ask Joey if he remembers. Yeah, Joey and Brenda. We'll have to ask them. Do you remember Bugs the Bunny? See what he said.
We know that Bugs, the Bunny Killer is Bugs is a famous name. So it's just like Winnie the Pooh or Bambi or and there's a lot of these Disney World characters where now they're becoming villains. Where when we grew up, they used to be the sweethearts and the
heroes,
the heroes, and now it's people like this stuff, and ITM Films was the one that kind of took it to the next level with Winnie the Pooh, and they did Winnie the Pooh 1 and Winnie the Pooh 2. We do like
they're all horror movies.
They're all horror movies.
Right.
Yeah, but it's great that you linked up with someone that has your likeness in mind and they want to push that genre.
They already have millions of fans all around the world. So that's a fan base of Disney characters, and we do like Terrifier too. That's another.
Terrifier is a great one.
And
Saw. We do like this.
Oh, Saw is
it's just so entertaining.
Oh, Saw. I remember Saw.
Saw is great to binge watch, and you just go 1, 2, 3. I mean, it's just that well done.
It's just fun.
We do like that. And, I don't know, me and my wife, when we first met, we just kind of hit it off and got into movies. And next thing we know, we've just been doing it 24 hours a day.
That's
great, fantastic, man. That is fantastic.
It's
Where do you find time for music?
A dream, really.
It's a dream come true. And we've been, that's all we do is breathe and eat this stuff every day. We just, before we had the podcast with you guys, we had an interview with a guy that's in Texas that wants to play one of the villains in our Extortion Thugs,
Nice.
So he's very excited. I don't want to tell him too much about that.
No, don't. It's okay. You're putting things out there for people to eat on and
Yeah.
Yeah.
But where do you find time for music anymore? Or do
we
you just
play music all the time.
We brought the guitar with us.
We brought our guitar here, and we've already got stuff that's written for Extortion Thugs, and we've already planned out Snarly Out as far as pieces. Actually, we won Best Music Score for the American Ripper.
The American Ripper won music score.
So out of thousands of applicants and videos, we took first place on that.
That was in LA.
It was in Los Angeles, and I played all the guitar parts.
Congratulations.
Do you, Koralina, do you play an instrument as well? Do you sing?
I sing. Yes.
You sing, okay.
Okay.
Yes. We have actually a band called
Bougie and Charlie.
And
Bougie
Doctor.
and Charlie.
And my lead singer is
Doctor.
Tommy.
Tommy Doctor, yeah.
Tommy,
so we have,
and he's a doctor, and he can sing like Freddie Mercury, and he can sing.
Great.
He's great.
Oh,
awesome.
Okay.
He's charismatic and he's a good-looking guy. I'm sure there's pictures on our Facebook of him.
Me and him, I'm going to show you.
Show him a picture of Tommy.
Me and him, we're actually singers, and Chuck is guitar player / a bass.
I can play, banjo. I can play anything. I went to school for music. I used to play with, I'm sure you guys know Marty Ballin from the Jefferson Starship, Jefferson Airplane. I was his lead guitar player for many years. A good friend of mine. Iconic.
I love the Starship. Grace Slick. Love her. Absolutely
Marty
love her.
Grace Slick. Hired them.
She's great. She's actually, her voice is incredible. I love her.
She's great. And Marty, I know all the stories of Janice and the Grateful Dead.
Wow.
Oh, God. Yeah, I'm a Deadhead, too.
That's it.
That's Tommy, our singer. So that's
Is it Tom Cruise?
You're right.
That's Tommy.
All right, ladies,
That's
there
Tommy.
you go.
Yeah, that's Tommy. He's
showing him singing in the
based in
microphone.
Tampa.
Tommy's a good singer. He's
Tommy is our lead singer. So me and him were singing, as a lead singer.
We all sing. I sing too. And
he sings too.
Are you playing around here in Tampa?
We played a few shows.
Yeah, we do.
We did a few shows.
I'm
trying to find the singing here that we did here.
Oh, let me find it.
But it's original material. We do a few copy songs. We're not really into copies because we want to do originality.
Sure.
And sometimes people like it. Some people's, we throw a few covers in, Under Pressure.
Yeah, mix it up.
We'll do the Guess Who or, some classic songs that we do. Koralina sings these beats, the boots are made for walking, by Nancy Sinatra.
Yeah.
Nancy Sinatra, my God, that's ages ago.
Do you know who I seen the other day was Kansas?
I like Kansas.
Kansas
was it Robbie Steinhardt? Was from Tampa Bay area.
Robbie, unfortunately lost him.
I'll show him some. But we like playing music and we do like acting, and we get into our characters, Here's a picture of Tommy singing his face off here, and you can see him singing here.
Yeah, so we were recording.
Yeah.
Recording, we are recording as well in our studio.
So we have a good friend of ours, Jeremy, that brings his studio stuff to the house, and we do, and we have a nice.
Does he have like a Pro Tool setup, or?
Yeah,
he does. He has his mobile studio, and he brings it to the house, and we have giant rooms. We're in the house, and he's just very charismatic and great singer, and he's Italian too.
Yeah.
He's actually in our movie Killer Grannies.
He is.
Oh,
sweet.
Okay.
Sweet.
Yeah, he's playing with Smokey.
Well, that's good. You can use the bandmates for actors too. That's great.
Oh yeah.
There's a scene of me and playing in the movie Snarly Owl.
There you go.
Oh, well, that's neat. That's really neat. I like that.
Bro, I had to grow a beard for the movie. So.
Oh, wow.
Just a lot of fun. We're having a blast, man.
It's great because the one leads into the other. The music, the movies. If you're doing everything, it's a one-stop shop. It's just perfect. A perfect scenario.
Ed, I agree with you. We feel that nobody does it better than us. We have our vision, that's our feeling.
Plus putting out your own, you're financing your own stuff. So that eliminates the whole headache.
It eliminates a lot.
Decision making and creativity and struggling with this and who wants this and who would rather this because they invested more money. And you know what the headache is like that. You eliminate all that.
Exactly. We don't want to deal with that nightmare. So, we've learned to be executive producers. And we when we make our films, it's like a movie party, everybody knows what we're there. We do a lot of blocking. We do a lot of preparation, Zoom meetings, and get everybody into the roles. And so it saves less time on the set. And plus we have a good crews. We had our good friends from Missouri, Adam Bosner and his team. They came out and did 2 movies with us. And but we have, I guess our vision is cinematography too. We know what our shots are. We know what we're looking for, our close-ups. Koralina does all her FX stuff too. So she's And we have Zorian. Zorian's great FX artist. I mean, he did a fabulous job on Snarly Owl. We have Lisa.
He's working right now on all this amazing stuff for Extortion Thugs. So he has a studio that he's working.
He's doing all these great effects and different things that we're going to be implementing. And we have Joan, makeup artist, and then we have Flora. She's on our team, production assistants. And
so you got a top-notch staff that you obviously feel comfortable in, and you guys have developed a really good chemistry and a flow.
Mm-hmm. They just love.
You know what they need to do. I mean, it just works very well.
It sounds like a well-oiled machine. Exactly. Very well-oiled machine.
And that's the
as
only
opposed
way
to a lot what I hear goes on in Hollywood. You're well-oiled.
It's got to be a wheel that's lubed. If the wheel is not lubed, then it starts going the other way. Or it stops.
Absolutely.
It gets flat.
Exactly. And that's through trial by fire. We've going on 8 films. We've greased it and we try to always perfect. And perfecting is the key because it saves on cost, it saves on time, it's more efficient, and we don't fall into these slumps, that are problems.
Right. Right.
Not saying that it doesn't happen, it does happen.
It does happen.
But we're grooming ourselves to be better film directors. Carolina's a director; she's going to be directing me. I'll be directing her. We know she's a film editor, she's an amazing editor, so she knows.
That's a key piece right there.
Right.
Right. I know.
For people and listeners out there who have no knowledge of editing, which a lot of people don't. Whether it's music editing, film editing is a special part of the process.
How to edit before you become a director, I guess. Or
that's true.
You learn the basics so you know what kind of shots you need.
Editing is the key to the door in filmmaking. You look at what's her name that I don't remember her name, but she's in Martin Scorsese's right-hand person. Look at all those in Goodfellas, all those edits that she did. There's over 300 some odd edits, I think, in that film, which is just, a lot of close-ups. We do like close-ups. We like detail, we like to get our cameras right into the scene, so those little splices that she's doing, it's very detailed and it takes a lot of time to do it. Sometimes she's working till 5 a.m. in the morning,
Wow.
Well, I like to work at night because you can see the screen.
That's totally understandable.
It does work at night.
Totally understandable
by that time. And she's like, I went to bed at 6 a.m. in the morning.
Well, sometimes, like a delivery date is really hot and I have to deliver, then it's getting really crazy. But other than that, it's pretty chill.
Chill?
But editing, I'm sure, to some extent could kind of become tedious, I guess, a little bit. But it helps contour the story you're telling.
Well, you have to watch your movie over 100 times.
Oh, I'm sure. Yes.
Before you submit it, and you have to watch literally each frame of the film. Each frame, as far as everything, everything. These color correction to sound to everything has to match.
These distribution companies they have to have quality control, quality checks, and they got to make sure everything is right before they distribute the film. And Koralina, we've heard stories that most editors fail on the quality control
for the first time.
So she does her film and she passes it on the first time. So
I heard that story. Yes,
to do that kind of efficiency, and
you don't have any bloopers.
No, I'm applauding my wife. She's making sure she's anal about making sure everything's perfect,
Yeah, I will not deliver until it's perfect. So
okay.
Chuck was like, you know what? I think I'm going to marry you. It just makes sense.
We didn't really actually know about each other at that extent before we met each other. We were just having fun.
But the wild part is you met online though.
I talked to Koralina for 6 months, and I kept saying, "Hey, why don't you come to Tampa and see me? Come." And she goes, "No, could be a rapist, or something." And I kept saying, all right. I said, we'll be just been phone pals, we'll be Zoom cell phone pals, And so 6 months was going by, and then me and Marty we used to play these Party with Marty Ballin at Christmas parties at my house, which my whole neighborhood was just packed, having a Grammy Award winning artist, the singer that sung with Grace Slick, and wrote all these famous songs. And I said, hey, you should come and watch me at this Christmas party. I think you can have a blast. So she goes, all right, it's been 6 months I've known now. So I bought her a plane ticket, And the rest is history. We've been together ever since.
So we were not really doing anything.
We weren't doing movies in the beginning.
We got married. So we were like really just having fun. And
so that was just happenstance that you both had that in common.
It was within 2 months after she came. She came in for 10 days, and then she flew back to see her parents for Christmas. She came on the 15th of December, 2015. And then she went back, and then we kept in touch. And I said, hey, would you like to come back again? She goes, yeah. I said, how long do you want to come this time? And she says 6 months. So it was within that period of maybe a month, I flew up to New York with her to show her my hometown, and then took her to Mount Misery Road. So that's when it started.
But
and that's when you do the impromptu monologue.
Yeah.
That's exactly what
it was, like I said, like we didn't know like we were going to be working together like we are right now as a team for our own company, and we're going to have movies. We didn't know anything about it when we got together. But, the one thing we have in common, we're really hard workers and we are really go-getter. So maybe that's what attracts us. And we are very compatible. So once, we have a task, we're going to achieve it, me, him, whatever, work as a team. But our Chinese zodiac is a rat. Maybe that's why. So he's a rat and I'm a rat. And we created a company called Three Rats Entertainment.
We have a dog that's a Jack Russell rat terrier.
Yeah.
That's how it all started.
Yeah. Ambitious.
That's great.
People like the name. They like Three Rats, So, better than two's, three's better, So
three is much better.
Where is the thing? Come over here, Dina. So we actually flew up to Gettysburg to get away from Tampa to work. We're doing another production, and now we're here in Gettysburg, which is all about history and American history, which is great.
Oh yeah, Gettysburg is great.
So this is the other rat.
Oh, look at you.
What's his name?
Look at you.
Athena.
That's Athena.
Oh, it's a girl.
Okay. This is our SPO of a company.
She's one of the producers.
And I'm sure she has a lot to say.
She's a 49% stake in the company.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
We always have to consult with her. Because she gets a little bit offended if we don't.
Yeah.
Let's make all the decisions.
If her pour goes up and she gives us the okay on it, then we go.
She gives you the balls up and you're good to go.
Yeah.
That's funny. My wife and I have a King Charles Spaniel. That's basically our daughter.
Yeah.
Dogs are very important. They can feel the emotion, their sense, So if she says no, she doesn't put her paws up, we don't go with it.
That's like her spidey sense.
That's great. Well, listen, we're going to have to get going. And so I want you to tell everybody where they can find you. Everything, wherever it is, tell them where they can find you. Everyone.
So you can find us on Facebook. It's number 3, Rats Entertainment, and that's our page, official Facebook page. But we're gonna have more to go, like working on the social media. We have Linktree as well. You can check all our articles and all our movies and trailers and interviews with us and podcasts on our Linktree. Also, if you Google 3 Rats Entertainment Linktree, it will take you to the Linktree where we can see all the links what we actually have.
And photos.
So we have a YouTube, Instagram, but we're not really active too much there. All the commotion we are dealing with, but we will. But I'm gonna let everybody know when that happens. And we have TikTok as well. But like I said, follow us on Facebook, and we can redirect.
You can follow me, Chuck Morrongiello, Koralina Morrongiello on Facebook.
Three Rats Entertainment, though, our page. That's the most important, because that's our
and your page. I mean, it has so much on there, and it gives clear direction on where everybody can go and see what you've done, what you're doing, what you're going to be doing.
Right.
And I'm excited that you took the time to be with us.
No problem.
Really. I mean, it was very, very interesting.
For looking me up and reaching out to us, because we do love to spread the love and making fans and entertainment. We like to make people happy. And that's kind of why we're in this. And we like it. So
and scare the shit out of them.
Exactly.
Scare the shit out of them, freak them out a little bit, but you love it with love. You do it with love.
We like the rewards of making people smile and people happy. So
absolutely.
And
but the movies are quality, and I urge everybody to go find you guys.
Absolutely,
Three Rats
watch them.
Entertainment, and just
and
start
get
watching.
ready for this new one in New York. Anybody in the area over here, you Jersey people, New York people in the area, Pennsylvania.
That's going to be huge.
Whenever it's ready, let's
That's
go.
That's going to be a watch party that we have to go to.
Yes, definitely. Block party in New York, everyone.
You guys watching us right now, you can shoot us an email. Also, 3 Rats Entertainment. Remember, number 3. ratsentertainment@gmail.com. You can shoot us an email and just say, hey, I want to be part of your new movie, Extortion Thugs. Where can I find the roles? I want to be assist on your movie set. Just shoot us an email if you want to be part of production, and we can see what we can do for you, okay?
Okay, sounds
Fantastic.
good.
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.
All right, so we are funnyminds.com, and I thank everybody for joining us today. And if you go online to our website, you will see a big purple button. And there's 2 organizations that we're very interested in, we like to hype up. And that's St. Jude's Children's Hospital and breast cancer. So if you'd like to go on and make a donation, that would be great. If not, if you do it on your own, we'd be very appreciative because they are great organizations. And again, to all of my people out there, we love you. Thank you. And laughter is the best medicine. And I love to say that because we know that it is. And with that, I say goodbye to you and thank you for taking the time to be with Funny Minds. Bye-bye now. Love you all.
Guys, catch up to you when you get back to Tampa.
Thank you. Thank you, Eddie. Thank you.
See you.
Bye.
When you get back in town, catch up to me.
Thank you. Thank you.